What's going on, Vol Nation? This is the House of Orange Sports Channel where we talk Tennessee football, basketball, Lady Vols basketball, and today, my favorite, of course, Tennessee baseball. Make sure you hit the like, the share, the subscribe. We're going to talk some team news, some things I've run across the last couple of days. Tennessee got a commitment that was pretty interesting yesterday. I'm a little late on it, just didn't have the chance on that either. But we're going to talk a little bit of that. We'll talk some quotes that were there. We're going to talk pitching rotation. And we're going to try to get as much as we can here in 10 minutes time right now. But Tennessee, we'll start with the regional this weekend. On Friday, Tennessee will play Miami of Ohio at 6 o'clock. And one thing that's brought a lot of attention was Tony Vitello was asked about the pitching rotation. I thought he was very vague on it. People, the way the question was asked, will you go with Doyle Friday, Phillips Saturday, and will you go with the same order you've been going in? And he said, yeah, we probably will. But here's the thing. The last 2 weeks, they've gone Phillips the first game, Doyle the second. So Tony Vitello didn't really specify with – he kind of alluded to we'll go with what we've been going with for the season. But, you know, the one thing about it is you can't plan ahead of time on this one because we know, and some of you talked about it when we were watching the selection show Monday, the big thing is you got to get through Miami of Ohio first. Pretty good baseball team. Pretty good team. They've got some good players here as well. You can't just go in and assume this one that you're going to roll through it. Yes, you would like to think you're playing at home, but we know how it's gone at home for Tennessee. They haven't won a series at home in a while now. But I think based on how everything lines up, and it's going to be interesting, I think they're crazy if they go Doyle then Phillips. I think it's crazy because I think there's a good chance Cincinnati can beat Wake Forest on Friday. And in that event, some of you talked about it Monday on it. I wasn't as familiar with Cincinnati at the time I looked it up. They steal a lot of bases. Well, guess who allows a lot of stolen bases? Tennessee. And guess which pitcher allows a lot of stolen bases? That's been Marcus Phillips. Now, Arkansas was the outlier. They were the exception rather than the norm. But here's the thing about Arkansas, too. Arkansas doesn't steal a lot of bases. But you still got to give Doyle credit. He did a really good job against Arkansas with it. I don't have the Bama stats. I know Bama stole some. But looking at Cincinnati, they stole 128 stolen bases out of 142. Now, if Tennessee wins and Wake Forest beats Cincinnati, it's a moot point. All right, it's a moot point. But Cincinnati has got 5 guys with at least 10 stolen bases. And one of their main dudes, I don't know the pronunciation yet, Vidoric is how it looks. I could be wrong. I apologize if I'm wrong on that. He's got 14 bombs. He's 37 out of 38 stolen bases, 299 average. It's a pretty freaking good ball player right there. That's an all-around dude. He walked, struck out 64 times in 187 plate appearances. I mean, that's 1 out of every 3, basically. On-base percentage, 430, not the highest that there is. But, I mean, you look at, if you want to compare it with Tennessee, though, I mean, you look at, obviously, Tennessee's main guy in that regard is going to be Andrew Fischer and his on-base percentage. Let me get that pulled up while I'm talking about it here. And again, some of this I'm talking about too, it may be one of those deals where it doesn't matter because if Wake Forest wins, a couple interesting scenarios on this. So looking at it too. All right, so if Cincinnati wins, you're facing that stolen base threat, which has been a problem for Tennessee. All right, so on base, Andrew Fischer, 5,500, 50%. So, yeah, I mean, a Cincinnati dude, pretty good with it. But here's what we're looking at, too. Couple interesting scenarios, all right? So, if Cincinnati wins and you throw Doyle on Friday and Tennessee wins, you better hope Phillips is on it on Saturday, or you better be ready to get him out quick in the event that if he's walking guys, Cincinnati's getting on and they're just wreaking havoc on the bases, you better get him out quick, or that could get ugly. If he's not on his game. Here's the second scenario that's pretty interesting. If Tennessee wins and Wake Forest wins, Tennessee, there's probably a real good possibility that they're facing one Mr. Matthew Dallas, who is Wake Forest #2 right now, who, yes, pitched for Tennessee last year and transferred to Wake Forest. That could be pretty interesting as well. Dallas has got over a 5 ERA on the season, but he would be amped up coming in. And we saw Brandon Arvidsson last week against Texas. Arvidsson was committed, signed with Texas. Schlossnagle, who Arvidsson had transferred from previously when he was at A&M, and then he got out of that one and come to Tennessee. So we saw that effect it can have with it as well. There's some interesting stories coming out of it this week. One I thought was interesting, Andrew Fischer was on, I think it was the OTB. It's a Twitter channel that I've run across some. They do college baseball. Talked about Dean Curley. And, Tony Vitello said we ride or die with the guy. Andrew Fischer, he seconded that. Yeah, we can sit here and say, well, yeah, he's going to back his manager up. But he went into detail on it. He said, this guy said people don't see it. He said every day he's bringing it in practice. He's there early. He's working hard. He said, yeah, he struggled a little bit, but he doesn't get that bothered by it. He said, that's a dude. He said, I want this guy. He said, it's one of the best players I've played with. He said, if or when we go out, I want him right beside me when it happens. And he was very complimentary of him. Talked about the leadership he brings as well. I'm not one of those that's going to kill Dean Curley, and I know he's not had the year that a lot of people probably anticipated. He's still one of Tennessee's best baseball players here. Yeah, he's made some mistakes along the way. There's no doubt about it. He's not the only one, though. He is not the only one. He was looked at coming into the season as, he was the shortstop on the national championship team, returned it. So, yeah, naturally, he was seen really as kind of a face of Tennessee baseball. I think you would probably look at Hunter Inslee in that regard. Listen, anybody can be upset with the errors. None of us are happy about it and stuff. They're going to roll with him. And when I see people saying, I hope he hits the portal, well, number one, you don't know what you're talking about because he's going to the draft after this season. Number two, if you're one of those that don't understand college baseball, whatever, listen, we can all sit here and agree, yeah, his defense needs to be better on it. But want Curley to hit the portal or bench him, maybe DH him, I get it. I totally get it. I don't disagree with that at all. And but I still want the guy in the lineup. I still want him in the lineup. And I think he's still a vital part and going to be a vital part of this postseason. Last thing I want to hit, again, I didn't get to hit on this yesterday, but Tennessee got a commitment last night. A dude by the name of Matt Barr. He is from SUNY Niagara. He is listed as, according to perfectgame.com, the #1 JUCO player in the country. He is draft eligible, much like the three other guys they've gotten recently. Clay Edmondson, UNC Asheville pitcher, was the Big South pitcher of the year, grad transfer. You got Marco Estrada was one. Didn't get a chance, Mason Estrada. I'm sorry for that. He's a D2 guy. He's coming in. High 90s dude, draft eligible. And then you had Trent Grinlinger, who is, according to perfectgame.com, the number 30 overall prospect and a catcher. All four of these guys are draft risks. To me, Grinlinger probably has the best opportunity to get into Knoxville. But Barr, it says he possesses high 90s fastball, over 3,000 spin rate on his slider, on his curveball. There's a changeup as well. Instead, he's 6'6", 195. If he makes it to Knoxville and gets in Coach Q, as they call him, Coach Eberhardt's program, they're going to put some weight on the guy. It does say his control needs refinement. It says he can be around the strike zone. His command can be scattered. This is MLB.com. It's just from ballquest.com. Eric Kane had written this. article on it, but he included Perfect Game and MLB scouting reports on him. But said there's conviction among scouts that given the ease of operation, the loose and athletic delivery, he'll be a decent strike thrower in time, a bit raw. The ingredients are there. And apparently right now, too, according to MLB.com and their draft rankings, he is ranked 145 overall. Number one JUCO prospect. My thoughts on it with him. My thoughts on it with Clay Edmondson, again, who was he's a grad transfer, Big South pitcher of the year with UNC Asheville. I don't expect either one of those two guys to make it to campus. I hope they do. And then I'm not sure about Mason Estrada. Just kind of learned about him recently. But based on his repertoire, based on what he brings, you would think he's possibly a risk as well for it. Lots of draft risks. It'll be interesting. Once Tennessee's season is over, I'll get more into those. I'm not going to put the cart before the horse right now. I'm going to ride this current season out as much as possible. Once it ends, we'll get into the recruiting rankings. We'll get into the draft risks. We'll get into who's coming, who's going, what the reports are saying out there. Tennessee's going to add some good baseball players through their recruiting class, and I would imagine they're going to go out and be pretty active in the portal as well. They have a lot of needs. They're going to lose a lot of guys this offseason. They're going to need players as well. And there doesn't seem in some places to be those heir apparents that maybe there was last year or maybe there were the year before, so to speak. They'll be active. They will add good players. It's just it's not a matter of if, it's when, and it's who. Hopefully the portal window lines up. And I'm assuming it's still like last year where teams are in Omaha or behind the 8 ball because guys are able to take visits. That's another dumb thing with NCAA and the portal. The baseball portal should absolutely not be open until the College World Series is over with. That makes no sense. I mean, I don't know what we're doing with this stuff. It is what it is, though. That's if there's anything that doesn't make sense, look to the NCAA for it. And we'll go from there, man. Can't wait for Friday. I'm going to probably tomorrow kind of preview the region as to what we're looking at. Give you a little bit of it tonight. Miami, Ohio is a pretty good team. All 3 teams are good teams opposed to Tennessee in this bracket. But I still like Tennessee's chances coming out as well. Make sure, again, you hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Check out the links in the description, the channel membership, the channel Patreon. Or if you just want to say thanks, those super thanks, they are greatly appreciated as well. I'll be live the rest of the way for baseball. Hope to see you there. And just remember who has been the one. Yeah, I haven't been bringing it like I normally could, but you know what? I left a post on it. I don't get real deep into personal stuff. It's been a pretty difficult year on it. So if my coverage hadn't suited you guys, I'm sorry. But, you know, sometimes there's other things takes precedent over this as well. So have a great rest of your evening. Frank, House of Orange, last but not least, I'll see you when I see you.